So I'm gonna try not to make this video like 10 hours long. I wanted to talk about what's been going on the past 7 months, 8 months, 7 months, something like that, with my health, why I'm just talking about it now. I still want to keep my social media platforms beauty related, so makeup, nails, hair, and clothing and stuff like that, because that's my passion. So that's what I want to keep it like that. But what is going on with me has impacted my life so much that it has impacted that part of my life to the point where I can't do what I love to do. I don't know. You could probably see on screen right now that this eye is pretty red and nasty. So I'll try to start at the beginning. There's some things that I have to go more in depth about, but I can save that for another video. What I'm hoping to get out of this is just to be sort of a cautionary tale, like, do not do what I did, please. As a diabetic, an insulin dependent diabetic or any type, don't do what I did, because I'm gonna pay for it for the rest of my life now. And to possibly connect with other people that are going through the same thing. So I'm just gonna get into it. So back in the end of December 2019, I started to notice that I was seeing some black spots, and like the only way I can describe it is like squiggly, like it was like just like a splatter painting of just like black, like just witch everywhere, right? In my right eye. So I went to go see an optometrist. I guess before I get into that, I should say that I have been a type 1 diabetic for 21 years. About a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I did not have health insurance for 2 years. Not only that, but I was also just a crappy, I didn't care about myself enough to take care of my disease. And I really paid for it. When I started to take care of myself again is when I started to notice how sick I was, really. So back in December, I think the first thing was I had so much back pain. I went to urgent care because I thought I had a kidney infection. I didn't have a kidney infection. What they found out though is that I was losing a lot of protein when I was peeing, and that'll come up again later. So I was noticing the spots in my eyes. I went to an optometrist to get a checkup. As soon as he saw my eyes, he said, "You need to go to a retinal surgeon immediately, like tomorrow." And he got on the phone himself, made a referral, made an appointment himself. And I didn't end up seeing that one. I saw one that was kind of like a friend of the family's. Very highly decorated and recommended, and I am glad that I saw him. And we found out that I have diabetic retinopathy, which means a lot of things, but for me, it mostly meant that my blood vessels were really weak and they were bursting inside my eyes, and my eyes were filling up with blood. And there was a possibility of some retina detachment, which eventually did happen. And then what typically happens with diabetics, with things like your eyes, once one thing happens, it's kind of like a domino effect, and like these certain organs kind of go hand in hand. So it's your eyes, your kidneys, your heart, and a lot of people end up getting neuropathy, which is nerve disease, so it's nerve damage. So shortly after I found out about the retinopathy, we started laser treatments, which was just to cauterize the blood, to stop the bleeding. So that, I think the last time I went in for that was February, March, right before COVID started. So we were just doing that. There was talk of a possible surgery, a vitrectomy, which would be a reattachment of the retina, and they would take the blood out and do some other things. But that wasn't on the table yet. I did go to a kidney specialist shortly after that, found out I had kidney disease. And then COVID struck. So I was on medication for that, but COVID struck and I was at my mom's house for about 3 months. And I think around March is when I started feeling just excruciating pain in my legs. I couldn't sleep. Some days I couldn't walk. I couldn't think about anything but being in pain, which meant I wasn't eating. I had a lack of hygiene because I was probably depressed as well. I went to the emergency room 6 times before I finally got admitted to Johns Hopkins. And they didn't even really diagnose me then, to be honest. I saw a neurologist after and found out that I had nerve disease, which is neuropathy, which was suspected because, like I said, with diabetics, when things like problems with your eyes start to happen, there's certain things that go hand in hand. So it's your eyes, your kidneys, your heart, neuropathy, stuff like that. I do also have hypertension. It's just been a whirlwind, and it's been a lot. It's been very overwhelming. It's been very scary at times. It's been very sad at times and very lonely at times and incredibly painful at times. So I had my first vitrectomy on my right eye in July. I was starting to not be able to see at all out of my right eye. So while the left eye was still doing okay and I could still see somewhat, they wanted to take care of the right eye because they said that that eye was better off than the left, even though I couldn't see out of that one at the time. I had a very big hemorrhage in my right eye. And when people started seeing people again, a couple months ago, like doctors started seeing people again, that's when I had seen my one retinal surgeon. And he told me that he thought it was past the point of that and we would have to do surgery. So I saw a surgeon at Johns Hopkins, and she said the same thing. And I love her to death. Her name is Dr. Solomon. She works at the Wilmer Eye Center at Johns Hopkins, and she's amazing. She's just brilliant. So she said the same, that it was past the point of doing injections or lasering or anything like that. It was just time. It was time for surgery. And a part of that surgery is they actually put a gas bubble in your eye, which just holds everything together that they did. But you have to be in a position like facing all the way down for 4 or 5 days. Basically, I just laid on my stomach for like 4 days. You can get up to eat and things for like 30 minutes at a time, but she really wanted me to be facing down all the time to keep the bubble where it needed to be. And let me think. I'm like, tomorrow will be a week, I believe. And I can still kind of see the bubble in my eye, so she still just doesn't want me sleeping on my back. With this vitrectomy on my left eye, there was a lot more done. If you're squeamish, you probably don't want to listen to this next part. But so they actually had to cut some flesh off of my eye. Just totally gross, I know. So they actually had to cut some flesh off of my eye. So right now I'm just going through the motions of what's next. I'm probably gonna have to have cataract surgery in my left eye after it's healed. The total healing process for each eye has about 6 months, and then after that, it's like, it is what it is at that point. there's a lot of other things that happened and stories and details that I didn't include with each thing. I guess I was just trying to give the bullet points of what's going on, and I didn't vlog about this because I had been in so much pain and I was so sick that vlogging about this was the last thing on my mind. But I'm hoping that this will serve a purpose and that I can connect with people, or I can show people like this is what happens. I'm 30 years old and I am gonna have to live with this for the rest of my life. I'm always gonna have kidney disease. I'm always gonna have neuropathy. And I almost went blind because I didn't take care of myself. So send this video or my next videos to your friends that are not great diabetics, and you'll find out just how life-altering this thing can be. Diabetes is a slow organ killer, but you can live with it, and you can live a long, good life with it if you take care of it. Diabetes sucks. I know it sucks. It sucks. You gotta take care of it. You got to. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I have a child and family and friends that I love very much. I have a life that I want to live. I feel like I'm just starting my life at 30, and I want to live. I don't know why I randomly picked up the camera and just started recording on my second surgery, but I think I'm finally at a point where I can make time for this, and I'm ready to share about this. I'm going to continue making videos and updating my surgeries and my eyes, and also I'm just going to do like regular vlogging as well, and then still with makeup and stuff like that, because that's what I really care about: makeup and lifestyle and fashion and beauty. Like, those are the things that I really care about. But hopefully this reaches somebody and it, I don't know, snaps them out of their ways or whatever. But yeah, I will see you all soon. So, thanks.